Back in January, we started the tour in Asia. We first begun in Korea and we went to Cheongsong. From there, we flew to China, we went to Beijing. After that, we went to Europe. Started in Saas-Fee, Switzerland. We went to Rabenstein, Südtirol. We finished on European leg in Champigny-en-Valois in France. We took a week break and then we flew out here to the United States. Athletes from 15 countries are represented here for the speed finals. My name's Liam Lonsdale. Welcome to the 2019 UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. Welcome to Denver. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Denver. My name is Liam Lonsdale. Good evening. From Denver, we're about to go live with the speed finals, the sixth and final speed finals of the season. We'll have the semi-finals before that, and we are thrilled to have you on board. Before we get underway with the action, let's take a look at the highlights from the tournament so far. Chalakanina just needs to hold it together, 7.8.1, and it's Chalakanina that takes the first gold of the season. Kozlovlev is faster. Oh no, it's another stumble and Nemov takes the gold. Shaver around that middle zone, not stumbling, and although Feoktistova takes the win there, it's been blisteringly fast all weekend, and it looks like he's going to keep going. It's not a sub-6, but it's fast enough, 7.76 seconds. The head barely moves, but that shoulder explodes, and it's another sub-10 second. So fast through that bottom section, accelerates through the top, 7.60, look at that! Just keep it together. She hasn't realised that she probably has now, but as long as she finishes, that's a gold medal for her. Nemov pulls away, it's going to be so close, another slip from Nemov. Sukarev got his tool stuck, he's going one-handed. Natalia Savitskaya takes the top in just under 10 seconds. Sukarev advancing now. Oh, he's close, he's left his tool. Nemov takes the gold medal. And I'm sure you'll agree, it's been a sensational season so far. 5 speed events, 5 winners, and it's been utterly wonderful to be a part of. Now, let's take a look at the men's start list for the competition, the semi-finals tonight. First out, we'll have the Netherlands' Dennis van Uyck, we'll have Poland's Jan Monzelewski, the USA's Marcus Garcia, Russia's Dmitry Grebenikov, from the USA, Jake Bordeaux, also Kevin Lindlaw of the USA, Nikolai Primarov of Switzerland, Nikolai Kozlovlev of Russia, David Buffard of Canada, Nathan Clare of France, Greg Ashcroft of Canada, Veli-Matti Lassonen of Finland, Thomas Gerlein of the USA, Kedlen Nyamdo of Mongolia, Ian McNairn of Canada, and finishing those 16 men will be Valentin Sipovin of the Ukraine. Now, we're actually going to start the event with the women this evening, so let's take a look at their start list. First out will be the USA's Kendra Stritch. She'll be followed by Netherlands' Marianne van der Steen. Following her will be the USA's Lindsay Hastings and Claire Poppendek. Enni Bertling of Finland will be followed by Mira Alonso of Finland, Cora Jarry from France, then Maria Tolokanina of Russia, Marion Thomas of France, Corey Buhai of the USA, Angela Tomczyk of the USA, Catalina Shirley of the USA, Olga Kozak of Poland, Angela Limbach of the USA, Vivienne Labouriel of Switzerland, and last but by no means least will be Lindsay Houston of Canada. So 16 men, 16 women, and we'll be getting started in just a few moments' time. Before we do get started, it's the right time of the night that I tell you about that hashtag. Use the hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing if you want to get in touch with us here in Denver. We'll be monitoring the social media channels, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Use that hashtag. You can, of course, use @UIAA Mountains to tag the accounts. And if you want to tag me directly, couldn't be easier. Just type in my name, @Liam Lonsdale, and I will keep an eye on all of those channels. Looking forward to hearing from you. Let us know where you are tuning in from and who you are cheering for. We already have people globally getting in touch on that live stream saying that they're watching, and it's great to have you all on board. First athlete out in just a few moments' time will be Kendra Stritch. It's been a sensational day. I've said that word a few times now, but really it's accurate. We've had sunshine, we've had snow, we've had this unique and brand new ice climbing structure. You can see it there on the screen. Absolutely wonderful piece of architecture right in the downtown district of Denver, in the Civic Park. It's really a beautiful space. Literally people in their thousands coming to check out what's been happening today. We've got a very, very healthy crowd gathered to see this speed finals. And I believe we're about to get things started. Well, our first climber out tonight, by the looks of things, won't be Kendra Stritch, it'll be Dennis Van Hook.
All right, you're ready to go. First up, Dennis Van Hook from the Netherlands.
So Dennis Van Hook, who has won a gold medal in speed in the past, fighting his way up there. 11.85 his first time. Good start from him. And this ice, as all of the competitions have been, is totally unique. Each round we've seen a different style of ice, different style of climbing required. This one is completely vertical, very featureless, and quite thin actually. Not worryingly thin by any stretch. There's a freezer system that's keeping the whole thing refrigerated, which has meant that even in the sunshine today we've had good ice conditions, but it's caused the athletes some problems with breakage. It's very brittle, and it's also not that easy to read. So expect some fast times, but perhaps not as fast as we saw in the likes of Saz Fay. I think it seems like months ago now, but just a few weeks ago. Dennis Van Hook on the right, Jan Monzelewski on the left of Poland. These athletes are getting combined times now, so what they do, they race twice, they add their times together, and then the fastest 8 combined times will go through. Dennis Van Hook having some trouble at the top. Jan Monzelewski 13.66, Dennis Van Hook 17.14. Great work there from Dennis Van Hook. 28.99 is his total time, and he will now wait and see if that's enough to get him through to that top 8. Next athlete joining us is the USA's Marcus Garcia, and you'll be able to hear that crowd getting behind him already. Jan Monzelewski moves to the right-hand side in the red sleeves. Marcus Garcia in the blue sleeves on the left. And there they go. Jan Monzelewski, very tall athlete, much taller than Marcus Garcia, who has a big fall there but manages to recover. And he's still going and finds some good pace through the middle of the wall. Here he goes, he's still going. Jan Monzelewski tags first. Marcus Garcia's not far behind him. 15.48 for Marcus Garcia, who looks like he might have punctured his arm. 14.03 for Jan Monzelewski. Oh, you can see there, turn away if you're squeamish. A little bit of a puncture wound. Medic's going straight in to make sure he's okay, and he'll have the decision whether or not he can keep climbing. Doesn't seem to be spurting out. So he's got one good time. He will be allowed, I believe, to compete again. He hasn't broken any rules by stabbing himself in the arm, but it's not recommended. Next athlete up is Russia's Dmitry Grebennikov there in the green sleeves, the Siberian bear himself. Very tall athlete, very powerful build. When he powers up that initial section, really nice rhythm, really good technique, and he's moving excellent towards that top spot. 8.57, fastest time of the night so far for Dmitry Grebennikov of Russia, and the USA crowd really, really receptive for that performance. What a savage. He was not slowing down for anybody. The next athlete following him will be Jake Bordeaux. You see him in the background there. Great work from the bear. So there is our next athlete, Jake Bordeaux, and Dmitry Grebennikov moves on to the right-hand side of the wall. Grebennikov on the right-hand side, Bordeaux on the left-hand side. Grebennikov accelerating away, moving really well. Excellent pace towards the top, 8.71, a little slower than his first run, but really nice pace. Great technique. Puts him into a confident first place, and Jake Bordeaux slips below the top. Absolute heartbreak for him. That's his competition over. So we'll have those total times as they come in, but it's something like 17.3 seconds total for Dmitry Grebennikov. Jake Bordeaux out of the competition, and another US athlete up next, Kevin Lindlaw, made the finals back in Korea in the league finals. It looks like Marcus Garcia is back. There he is, what a champ. Strapped up, ready to go. He'll definitely get some warm reception from the crowd. There he goes, Garcia on the right and Student on the left, and he almost took his other arm out then. Garcia accelerating through that middle section. A little bit of a stall, but he's finding some pace at the top. Lindlaw trying to catch him. Garcia still. Oh, Kevin Lindlaw's out of there! But Marcus Garcia finishes in 14.45 seconds after putting an axe through his arm. Amazing work from one of the godfathers, really, of competitive ice climbing here in the USA. Just needs to keep his tools out of his body. Next athlete up, representing Switzerland, is Nikolai Primarov. Very tall athlete, very powerful, brilliant speed climber and lead climber, and look at that, such composure even when his axes blow out of the ice like that. Big finish, 9.3, nice start for him. It looked somewhat conservative. I think he's got more in there to give. Let's take a look at that again, really nice finish there. The athlete's just tapping that top spot, taking care not to destroy it. That's been known to happen in the past. Next athlete out on his left-hand side is one of the fastest men on the circuit, Nikolai Kozlovlev, who currently sits in 4th overall. Could really make a dent in the lead that Sukhanev and Yulov have ahead of him, and look at that pace that he's got. Amazing hip work, 6.84 seconds! If anyone ever made me eat my words, it's Nikolai Kozlovlev. I said we wouldn't see sub-7, there you go. Oh dear, oh dear. Nikolai Kozlovlev is an absolute weapon. I don't know what he eats for breakfast. I want some. Sensational stuff from the Russian.
from Canada.
Next athlete up is Canada's David Bouffard, the Quebecois athlete. Very, very strong and a lot of potential. Kuzev on the right hand side in the red sleeves and the beige trousers. And you see him again, watch his feet, such nimble feet. And even when they slip, he manages to rotate over his hips. Slow run for him, second time round, 8.25, but definitely enough to see him in first place so far. 15.09 his cumulative time, which is actually faster than the slowest single time that's been recorded so far. Not bad at all from the Russian rocket. Next athlete's up. David Bouffard moves to the right. Nathan Claire of France joins us on the left. Bouffard gets off to the best start. Oh no, and Nathan Claire slips and can't recover. He's out of there. Big finish for Bouffard. 10.17. Nice work from him. Really nice work from the young Canadian. It's great to see so many athletes from Canada here. He's been pretty much on his own all season, but for Gordon MacArthur joining us out in Saas-Fee tonight, he has 3 teammates with him. Tomorrow in Leeds he'll have even more. Next athlete on that left-hand side is Greg Ashcroft, also of Canada. Really nice movement. Oh, and it's a big fall and flailing arms and an interesting inversion there. Points for dismount for Greg Ashcroft, who is going to come out upside down. If you're going to fail, fail with style at least. Can't fault that, can you? Let's watch that one more time. Watch those arms go. Oh, he really was upset with himself, and then it all went wrong. Oh dear, Greg. It's a good job he hadn't just had his tea. Dinner, you call it. Call it tea in the north of England. Might have seen it come back again. Next athlete up is Veli-Matti Lassonen. Our first Finnish athlete this evening. He's got his sunglasses on. Somewhat conservative effort so far from him. Just looking to log that time. There it is, 21.15 for Veli-Matti Lassonen.
Part of the game, changing position.
Veli-Matti Lassonen, 21.15, and our next athlete out, the USA's Thomas Gerlein. I watched him in the speed practice earlier today, and he was really fast actually. He's been with us for pretty much the whole season. This is his first season on the tour, and he's gone from strength to strength. I'm really, really excited to see what he's got for us here tonight. His whole family's out there. His cousin's out there. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday to Gretel. His grandma's out there. His mum and dad are out there. Truly a family affair for the Gerleins. Veli-Matti Lassonen just looking to get his tools in place before he begins. And there they go. Tomas on the left-hand side in the beige pants with the blue sleeves. Green helmet, and he's got a nice style so far, really dancing those feet up there. Good rhythm. Allez Tomas, come on dude. A big fall from Veli-Matti, but he manages to recover, and 15.9. First time for Thomas Gerlein. Really nice start from him. Really nice start indeed. Veli-Matti Lassonen really cruising there and falling behind Thomas Gerlein, who did finish with 15.9. We just saw a glimpse of the Barbagazi the ice festival here named Barbagazi. It's one of the European names for a Yeti. There it is in the top left-hand corner of your screen, which is up by our commentary booth. It's a big blue Yeti. And we're ready with the next set of athletes. Thomas Gerlein on the right and Ketlen Nyamdo of Mongolia on the left. There they go, Nyamdo on the left, Gerlein on the right, and Nyamdo's breaking away with a faster start. Aggressive arms, strong legs. Oh, and it's a big stumble, but he manages to recover. Can Nyamdo keep it going? All the way to the top for him, 11.85, and Gerlein's going for a PB. There it is, 15.09. Best effort from him so far. Ketlen Nyamdo with a really strong finish after that big stumble in the middle. He did very well to recover there. Have to wait and see how he does with his second round, whether he gets through or not. Our next athlete, another Canadian, is Ian McNairn. Everybody so far, I'm being told, is through to the final. Likely due to the number of people that have fallen and don't get to rerun, I would guess. So Ian McNairn just needs to stay on the wall and log a time if he wants to be in with a chance. We still have one more athlete after him, which is Valentin Sipovin. Great to see him back. Uh-oh, that was a bad start for Ian McNairn. That was not what we wanted. He barely did a move before he fell off. That's a real shame. Oh, Ian. So I'm getting information that Ketlen Nyamdo might have been called out. That fall that we thought he saved, he may not have been given. I'm looking at my live results and I do have a time. I know that we have a replay of it, so we'll try and get a replay of it after Valentin Sipovin, who unconventionally is climbing with bigger ice tools. He does have speed tools. I've seen him walking around with his speed tools today, but all he needs to do at the moment is finish. Is this a statement or a tactic? Ukrainian athlete, just slow and steady. And there's Valentin Sipovin logging his first time. He'll have to complete on the second round if he wants to be in with a chance, and if he does, and I believe he's through. I need to get that verified because I'm looking at my screen and we've got 10 names with possible finishing times, but we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. Valentin Sipovin moves to the right-hand route.
The ball is counted when they wait the roll. So one of these slips, may not be a ball. So we have
Valentin Sipovin begins for his second attempt. Again, with normal ice tools. Oh no, he's popped! Oh dear, that was not the finish that Valentin Sipovin wanted. Oh dear. Let's have a quick look at Ketlen Nyamdo's fall. I want to just review that because at the moment I'm not sure whether or not he's been allowed in. He didn't get a second run. That's Thomas Gerlein on the right there. There's Nyamdo on the left. Let's watch this fall. It was a big fall, and he definitely weighted the rope, but you could argue that the rope was tight. Oh, I don't know. Very difficult. Okay, I think we might have the standings so far for the men. We're going to just keep going. We have got the graphics. Look at that. 8th place Tomas Gerlein, 7th place Marcus Garcia, 6th place Denis Van Hoek, 5th place Jan Monzelewski, 4th place David Buffard, 3rd place Nikolai Klimarov, 2nd place Dmitry Grabenkov, and 1st place is Nikolai Kuzovlev. Those are our top 8. And those are our qualifiers. Great to have such a broad mix. And now we go through to the women's. First athlete out in the women's competition is Kendra Stritch. Kendra lined up there for her first run. Oh no, and it's a big fall, and that will be very frustrating for her. This ice very brittle. That's a real shame for Kendra. She showed real promise in the practice and the qualifying rounds. Absolutely phenomenal number of people showed out. Crowd in the thousands tonight to watch this event. Next athlete out is Marianne van der Steen of the Netherlands. So Marianne van der Steen taking her time on this very brittle ice, and as I mentioned before, this ice unique to the competition, and each round is very different. The characteristics of the speed competition very unique to each location. This particular ice is about 10 inches thick, and it's purely vertical, and it's totally solid. So all those holes have been made through the practice runs and the preliminary runs, and the brittle ice can break. You really see it below the feet actually. The athletes having to take their time or just be really aggressive and hope for the best. Great work from Van der Steen. Next up is Lindsay Hastings. Expect a big noise from the crowd for her. Van der Steen on the left, Hastings on the left, Van der Steen on the right. Hastings in the purple sleeves, Van der Steen on the right. It's just too much happening. Nightmare there for Lindsay Hastings, another US athlete falls foul to that brittle ice. Van der Steen again opting for a very safe approach. And there's the top for her, 28.07. Total time of 54.38. Nowhere near the times that we've been seeing in the men's, but this more in time she's in first place. Just in case you're wondering, you are seeing those replays from above flipped. So she was actually running on the right hand side there, but it appears on the replay as left. Just to give you guys the context. Next athlete out, another USA climber, it's Claire Poppendek. Another fall, absolute heartbreak. 4 athletes down, 12 more to go, and the next one is Finland's Emily Bedling. Now on that left hand side, she'll do her first run solo due to that fall from Claire Poppendek, and off she goes. Conservative effort so far, really not wanting to fall. Of course, these athletes can see each other, so they'll know that that ice is getting more brittle as the temperature drops. Powering through to the top, and tops there in 21.89 seconds.
Today's athletes have so much RSI system, reading instantaneously at 500 feet. Makes split-second decisions on where to place the tool, where to pull
Look at
up,
that, teammates will climb next to each other now. Next athlete is Mira Alhonso, also of Finland.
Joining immediately on your left is another Finland.
There they go. Somewhat synchronized in those first moves. And synchronized all the way through that middle section as well. Oh, and Annie falls. That's a nightmare for Annie Bertling. Oh no, she's out of the competition. Mira Alhonso. Oh no, she falls as well. They are dropping like flies. Now, at least 8 athletes need to top, otherwise we're going to have a very unusual dual final. I don't know what would happen. Never really had a situation like this before. Coralie Jarry is our next athlete to climb for France.
So Annie, who just fell off the right hand, she'll still get a score because she can move the left hand now without falling.
So Coralie Jarry lines up for her first run on this wall. Opting for a very conservative approach. See those wide hips, strong position to be in. At this moment in time, just getting to the top is going to see her in the rankings, so she's making a good decision. 30.09 her first time. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to Denver, Colorado in the United States of America. My name is Liam Lonsdale and it's my pleasure to present to you this evening the the speed semi-finals and finals. We've already had the men's semi-finals and we're currently playing the women's semi-final. We'll go straight into the finals after that. We won't break. Next athlete out there, world champion Maria Tolokanina. She's been very fast so far tonight. No fellow Russian teammates here with her. She's the only Russian female. And a nice strong start from her. That left hand side slipping in the feet, but manages to keep it going with the strong hands. Still powering up on that left hand side. Maria Tolokanina of Russia is looking really good as she reaches the top in 13.37 seconds. Expect even faster from her in her second run. Coralie Jarry finishes in 23.23, which is a really nice time for her. You see Tolokanina there on the left hand side of that screen. Very nice finish. With the French athlete joining us now, Marion Thomas of France. As the current world champion Maria Tolokanina moves to the right. Next athlete up, Vivian Laboriel of Switzerland. Angela Limbach moves to the right. Vivian Laboriel on that left-hand side and Angela Limbach on the right. Vivi currently in the lead, moving well. If you are re-tuning in, we thank you for your patience and apologise for that interruption. I'm not quite sure what happened, but as always our technical team doing their very best to make sure we're back up and running and will continue to be for the rest of the competition. Do stick with us. One more athlete to climb now. Vivi Laboriel will move to the right. On the left hand side will be Lindsay Houston. So just to fill you in on what happened while we were off air, we had Olga Kozek climbed first route in 26.47, second time 29.02 with a total time of 55.49. Angela Tomczyk, who missed her time, 31.82 for her first time, 34.12, 1.05 is her total time. And on your screens now, Lindsay Houston on the left, Vivian Labarille on the right. If you want to keep up with those live results, you can do so on results.uiaa.org. Angela Limbach, her times were 29.34 and 30.46, total time of 59.80, puts her through to the finals, currently in 6th place. We'll have those standings for you in just a few seconds. Of course, Lindsay Houston still has to climb her second route. Vivian Labarille goes through now in 3rd place. There is a clear leader so far, Maria Tolokanina, 12 seconds ahead of the 2nd place, Marion Thomas. Maria Tolokanina so strong in this speed discipline. Lindsay Houston now of Canada lines up on the right hand side. Lindsay Houston now of Canada begins her attempt. Second time on the right hand side. Lindsay Houston climbing her way up to the top now, and how fast she tops it will determine whether or not she sneaks into that final. 35.97. Not sure it's going to be fast enough. I think she'll be just outside the speed time. We'll wait for those results to finish and refresh. And we'll take a look at those results in just a second. I'll tell you that Lindsay Houston sits in 10th place. All the top 8 go through. Let's take a look at those standings. 8th place is Angela Tomczyk, sneaking into finals for the USA. Above her, Angie Limbach of the USA. Olga Kozak of Poland in 6th. Marianne van der Steen of the Netherlands in 5th. Coraline Jarry of France in 4th. Vivian Labarille of Switzerland in 3rd. Marion Thomas for France in 2nd. And Maria Tolokanina for Russia. Clear leader so far in 1st, 9th and 10th made up by Corey Buhai and Lindsay Houston. Let's move on to that men's start list. We'll be ready for the men's duel in just a few seconds. Let's take a look at that start list.
And then the championship race. With the big
It will be with us any second.
first group up is going to be Nikolai Kuzov.
There it is. First out will be Nikolai Kuzovlev versus Tomas Gerlein. Second round will be David Buffon versus Jan Monzalewski. Next round will be Dmitry Grebenikov versus Marcus Garcia, and the final duel between Nikolai Primanov and Dennis Van Hoek. This is a dual format now. What that means is the fastest of the 2 athletes goes through, the other is knocked out. We will go from 8 to 4 and 4 to 2. We'll have 2 duels of 2, which gives them a chance to go for 4th and 3rd, and then 2nd and 1st. Looks like we might have a slight delay here.
Just so now, things here.
Looks like they're ready to go now. On that left-hand side is Nikolai Kuzovlev On the right-hand side is Thomas Gerlein. Kozlovlev currently sitting in 4th overall. Thomas Gerlein in 19th. Big support for this USA athlete. And there they go, Kozlovlev so fast on that left-hand side. Gerlein on the right, and there's really no competition there between the two. Nikolai Kozlovlev finishing in 6.48 seconds. Unbelievable. Thomas Gerlein logs 15.99. Nice effort from him there in that first duel. Amazing work from Kozlovlev. Look at the speed on him on that side there. Blisteringly fast. Believe that's the fastest time of the night so far. They'll switch sides now. Kozlovlev on the right, Gerlein on the left, and Kozlovlev putting in a really good effort now. Just needs to keep it together as he storms towards the top. Oh, and he misses the top, but does manage to top. 7.76, definitely fast enough. Thomas Gerlein with a personal best, 12.68. Excellent work from the USA athlete. The total time for Nikolai Kozlovlev in the region of 14 seconds, I think 14.24. Thomas Gerlein, 28.67. Tough duel for him there, but really good effort. Next up, David Buffard and Jan Monzalewski, Poland. Both are in red sleeves. David Buffard in bib number 8. Jan Monzalewski in bib number 36.
David is currently ranked in the world, so he's looking to move up in the rankings here to build on his earlier finishes.
David Buffard currently sits in 10th position overall. A good result here today for him. We'll see him jump up those rankings. And there they go, Jan Monzalewski breaking up a big chunk of ice in that first move, and David Buffard is leaving him for dead. Absolutely amazing work, sub 10 seconds from the Canadian. David Buffard, the Québécois. Brilliant effort from him there. Let's watch that again. Awesome work. Jan Monzalewski falls, so he won't get to race again, but David Buffard does need to finish this route. Expect a slightly more conservative effort. On that right hand side, moving really nicely, good rhythm, conservative style, 10.96. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to the Speed Finals, the final round of the season, the 6th and final round of the season finale here in Denver, Colorado. Currently with the men's competition, and we'll be following very shortly with the women's finals. My name is Liam Lonsdale. It's my pleasure to be here with you tonight. If you are tuned in, let us know. Where are you watching from? Who are you cheering for? You can tag us on @UIAA Mountains. You can use the hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing, or you can tag me directly on @Liam Lonsdale. Left hand side, Dmitry Grebenikov. Right hand side, Marcos Garcia. Completely different sizes and builds, and it's Garcia, the smaller of the two athletes, that breaks away on the right. Grebenikov using his side on the left. Oh no, and Grebenikov takes it! Marcos Garcia just behind him. Got his work cut out in that second run. Grebenikov just keeping a really good rhythm. Marcos Garcia is going to have to beat Grebenikov by a good margin. Cumulative times are what gets these athletes through. So Garcia now on that left hand side. Grebenikov on the right, of course. fall here would be catastrophic if an athlete falls. That's them out of the competition. Here they go, Garcia slightly slow on that left-hand side, Grebennikov much faster on the right, Garcia's looking to catch him, but Grebennikov doesn't seem catchable at this moment in time. It's Grebennikov that goes through. Heartbreak for Garcia, but a brilliant effort, and a round of applause from his home fans. Amazing work from Dmitry Grebennikov, the Siberian Bear. Great work from him. So that is his total, 19.96. Season through to the next round along with David Buffar and Nikolai Kuzovlev. And in this final round, it's Nikolai Trimarov in the yellow sleeves versus Dennis van Hoek of the Netherlands in the orange. Trimarov, fast of the two so far, really strong arms, catches that big fall there. Can he finish? He can. 10.27 versus 11.17. It's very close. They're going to switch sides now. We'll have to wait and see if they can keep it together and who will advance. Big finish from Primarov, really good effort, and could we see a member of Team Switzerland through to the finals? One of these two will be going through. Let's see who's got the most composure and the most speed. Primarov out of the gates faster. And a big fall from him, but Dennis van Hoek looks really solid on the left-hand side, and they're so close. They're absolutely neck and neck. Van Hoek finishes first. Whoa, that is very, very close. I think it's going to be Primarov that goes through the margin. So close there. Just waiting for confirmation on that time. By half a second, I believe Nikolai Primarov takes it and eliminates Dennis van Hoek. There is Nikolai Primarov for Switzerland. So just to summarise those four that go through, first duel, Nikolai Kuzovlev is the first through. David Buffar is the next through. Dmitry Grebennikov in the third duel, the next one. And Nikolai Primarov fourth. There are the women's finalists, and of course we have 8 through to this final. Let's take a look at those 8. Maria Tolokanina will run against Angela Tomczyk first. Cora Jury of France versus Marianne van der Steen. Marion Thomas versus Angela Limbach, and then Vivian Labaril of Olga Kozak. Those will be your 4 duels. Russia versus the USA, France versus the Netherlands, France versus the USA, and then Switzerland versus Poland. First duel. Maria Tolokanina, current world champion. She goes the USA's Angela Tomczyk. Much like we saw in the men's round, Kuzovlev versus Gerlein. This is very much case of the favourite versus the underdog. Tolokanina versus Tomczyk. Here they go. Tolokanina on the left hand side, obviously the faster of the two out of the gates. Powering through and just needs a conservative effort to get her through into this next round. Needs to leg her time, and that's exactly what she does. 12.88 seconds. And a fall from Angela Tomczyk. We'll see her out of the competition. Brilliant work from Maria Tolokanina. Tolokanina now moves to the right hand route on her own. Again, just needs to finish. There she goes. She'll take this opportunity now to really refine her line and find the best path up, as she knows she's going to need to pull it together a little bit faster in that next round. Next duel. Coralie Jarry of France. She'll be up against Marianne van der Steen of the Netherlands. Waiting for Marianne van der Steen at the moment. Looks like Marianne van der Steen wasn't quite ready.
Alright, the next group is and Marianne van der Steen of the Netherlands.
Marianne van der Steen not quite ready there. So there they go, Coralie Jarry on the left, Marianne van der Steen on the right. Very, very tight between the two of them. Hard to say which is which, although Marianne van der Steen needs to be careful with that boundary line. Cora breaking away now at that finish in 19.85 is her first time, 22.16 for van der Steen.
See how they do in the next round. Everyone's talking to
Coralie Jarry now moves to the right-hand route. Marianne van der Steen to the left, and van der Steen really needs to pull it out of the bag if she wants to go through here. 19.85 Coralie Jarry's time. Line up. There we go. Van der Steen the faster of the two out the gates on the left-hand side. Really slip for her. She knows that she really needs to pull it out of the bag now, and that rushing pace might not see her through. If she falls, will she be able to catch it? Cora Jarry is still keeping up the pace and managing to keep it neck and neck. Van der Steen is slightly ahead. Cora Jarry needs to do something quick. There it is. Oh, that's going to be very tight. I think Cora Jarry's done enough to get through, but we'll just wait for that confirmation. The first times were 19.85 and 22.16. I think Cora Jarry did enough. Marianne van der Steen, second route was 19.68. Next athletes now, Marianne Thomas and Angela Limbach. Thomas on the left and Limbach on the right. Big finish for Marianne Thomas, 19.28, and Limbach falls. That's competition over for her.
that last race between Coralie and Marianne. Coralie won by 3.
So I'm just looking now at the times from the previous run between Cora Jarry and Marianne van der Steen. They were separated by 0.3 of a second, and it's Cora Jarry that goes through. Marianne van der Steen is out of the competition. Marianne Thomas lined up and ready to go on that right hand side. She'll run solo this time. Just need to get her time logged. Really nice movement from her. 19.19 her finishing time. .47 her total time. Next athletes, Switzerland's Vivienne Laboriel and Poland's Olga Kosek. This is the first time you've ever watched speed ice climbing, then you'll notice that the tools and the crampons are slightly different to normal ice climbing and different to dry tooling as well. They're using these very, very sharp single-piece tools kind of more like an ice hook than an ice axe. 4 full points on their crampons, but all the way up there. Vivian Laboriel, the faster of the two, 14.69. Big support from the crowd. Olga Kozak, 21.75. A lot of the placements have got better and better as the rounds go on. On this vertical ice. They'll switch sides now. Vivian Laboriel moves to the right and Olga Kozak moves to the left.
Everyone count the number of pull-ups they're doing each lap. More than you can do, I can tell you that much.
Vivian Laboriel in the black and yellow on the right. Kozak in the purple on the left. Olga a little bit faster. Oh, and Laboriel almost falls, manages to keep it together. Almost put a tool in her hand as well. Can she recover? Olga Kozak falls. Oh no, Olga's out of there. Vivian Laboriel just needs to finish now. Allez, Vivi. Olga Kozak had to give everything to try and get through, and that fall means that she's out of there. Vivian Laboriel very, very happy. She goes through to the next round. So now we go through to our final 4 men. 4 men that go through to that next round: Nikolai Kuzovlev, Nikolai Primarov, Dmitry Grebenikov and David Buffard. The winners of these 2 will go through to the final. The losers will then get a chance to race for 3rd. Let's take a look at that starting list. Nikolai Kuzovlev, Nikolai Primarov, Dmitry Grebenikov and David Buffard. Russia, Switzerland, Russia, Canada. Those are the order in which they will duel. And we're ready to go. So here is that duel. Primarov representing Switzerland in the yellow, Kuzovlev representing Russia in the black and red. Kuzovlev on the left, in the big 30, Primarov on the right, in 25. There we go. Kuzovlev the faster of the 2, but Primarov putting some good time in. Kuzovlev stumbles and Primarov can capitalise on that. Kuzovlev moves faster, Primarov stumbles 7.9 and 9.3. That's not an unassailable lead. Primarov is going to have to do something very special if he wants to be in with a chance of beating Kuzovlev on that second round. They switch sides now. Primarov on the left, Kuzovlev on the right. Primarov needs to give it everything, and Kuzovlev knows that all he has to do is keep that pace that he's had all through the rounds. It's a great time from him, 7.24. Primarov not quite had what he needed there, 13.45 for his second run. He'll still get chance to have a second go. Still has chance to run for that bronze medal. 15.18 the total time for Nikolai Kuzovlev. Next duel, Dmitry Grebenikov versus David Buffard.
Another highly anticipated duel.
Grebenikov in the green, Buffard in the red.
We've got some thrilling races so far today in speed. So we know different. Two of the best speed climbers in the world right here, head to head.
And there they go. Grebenikov faster out the gates, but Buffard with a little bit more pace, and it's very, very tight. Buffard, the smaller of the 2 athletes, best there first, 8.21. Half a second ahead of Grebenikov with 8.71. Buffard needs a flawless run on his second go if he wants to keep that lead. Grebenikov definitely has what it takes to beat him. We'll have to wait and see who's got it. This is going to be a very close run thing. The winner of this duel will be guaranteed a silver medal. Bufar in red on the left, Grebennikov on the right and green. There they go, Bufar faster of the two out of the gates, and Grebennikov is trying to catch him. Grebennikov starting to break away, but Bufar keeps the pace. Little stumble from Grebennikov. Who's it going to be? Oh, that's so close! Oh, I think Grebennikov's through. I'm not sure. I'm waiting to see. I'm getting it in my ears that it's actually Bufar that goes through. We're going to get those results on my screen in just a second. 500ths of a second. David Bufar does go through in 500ths of a second. Total time for Bufar 17.96. Total time for Grebennikov 18.01. That's a guaranteed silver medal for Canada. Amazing work from Bufar. Now we'll go to the women's final four. Maria Tolokanina will race against Vivian Laboriel. Marion Thomas and Cora Jury will duel for the second. Maria Tolokanina for Russia, Vivian Laboriel for Switzerland, Marion Thomas and Cora Jury, France versus France, blue on blue in the second duel. They'll line up now, ready to go. Tolokanina on the left hand side, Vivi Laboriel on the right hand side. There they go. Tolokanina the faster of the two out the gates. Laboriel doing whatever she can to catch her, but Tolokanina is not catchable. Moving brilliantly smoothly in sub 10 seconds for her. Oh, and Laboriel falls. That's Vivi Laboriel for Switzerland out of the competition. She'll still get a chance to run for the bronze medal. Maria Tolokanina logs a sub 10 second time to see her through to the final. Maria Tolokanina runs on her own for this second go. 9.6 her first time. Just needs to log a time here now. Moves really well. Nice and steady. Finishes in 13.87. Goes through to run for the gold medal. It's almost a done deal. Marion Thomas now will race against Coralie Jury. France versus France. And there are our two French athletes. Left hand side of bib 76, Marion Thomas, and bib 75 is Cora Jury. Thomas the faster of the two out of the gates. Cora Jury still keeping up with her though. Thomas starts to break away again. Just needs to keep it together. Jury doing what she can to catch her. It's Marion Thomas who slips below the top. Oh, look at that! 0.05 of a second. Very close run thing. They'll switch sides now. Marion Thomas just needs to keep it together on that right hand side. Cora Jury just needs to capitalise on that very narrow lead that Thomas has, and Cora will go through. Let's wait and see what happens. Thomas currently ahead by 0.5 of a second. Excuse me, by 0.05 of a second. Jury on the left, Thomas on the right, and Jury looks the faster of the two, even though she's got that slow rhythmic movement. It's keeping her in a very steady rhythm. Thomas slipping and stumbling on that right hand side. Thomas keeps that. Oh no, she's off! Cora Jury goes through, and Marion Thomas, who really was the best chance of a medal against Maria Tolokanuna. Falls and will have to race for bronze. Korajari guaranteed silver medal.
Now we're into the finals.
43.84. The time for Maria Tomas. 33.82. The time for Korajari. So now we go through to our men's.
In the finals, the men's speed events.
We have the men's bronze medal run first.
This is a historic moment, folks. Russians have dominated the sport for years. David. David is able to beat Dimitri in a neck-and-neck semifinal. Moving on to the finals here. Nikolai Kuzlov.
Just waiting for the athletes to be allowed onto the structure. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome. Where have you been? We're live. The speed finals. We're going to have the bronze medal run and then the gold silver run after that in the men. If you want to get in touch, you can do so. Use that hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing. You can contact me directly on @Liam Lonsdale. You can use @UIAA Mountains too. You can see that very full crowd. Lots of people out tonight to watch this competition. Almost 10,000 people being here today. It's been absolutely incredible.
Just getting some of the results sorted out. These athletes have been climbing so fast. You can't keep the cold here. Our computers can't keep up with them. Just getting paperwork sorted
Let's take a
out.
quick look at this start list now. First run will be Nikolai Primarov versus Dmitry Grebenikov. Second run will be David Buffar versus Nikolai Kuzovlev. Looks like we're just waiting for Grebenikov.
Racing for third place here first. So for third and fourth place, we have Nikolai Primarov against Dmitry Grebenikov. These two athletes have been
It looks like Dmitry Grebenikov is just checking with the judges his times. He thought that he made it through to the final, but of course David Buffar was faster of the two. Buffar did beat Grebenikov. Grebenikov thought he was through to the finals, but that was not the case. So it's now Grebenikov versus Primarov for the bronze medal. Russia versus Switzerland. Russia in the green, Switzerland in the yellow. There they go. Oh, big fall from Primarov at the start, and Grebenikov just keeping that pace going on the left-hand side. Can Primarov catch him? He's doing everything that he can, and another big slip for Primarov. Grebenikov keeps it going, 10.39. Primarov falls, and he's out of there. Guaranteed bronze medal for Dmitry Grebenikov if he can keep it together. You see Primarov had real trouble in the yellow there. He fell a couple of times and wasn't able to catch himself that third time.
sure put on a good show in hindsight.
Grebenikov now runs solo, just needs to keep it together. He will take bronze medal. He's had a really brilliant season this year. He's been at every single competition. Also the first year that we see his brother Anton Grebenikov. Currently sits in 7th place overall, but we'll have to wait and see what that bronze medal does to his ranking. Finished 11th in Korea, 10th in China, 8th in Switzerland, 8th in Italy, 16th in France, and 3rd in Denver, Colorado, United States of America. Big finish there for Grebenikov, and big smiles from one of the top sportsmen in ice climbing. Now we're at the business end of this men's final. David Buffar of Canada in red, on the right Nikolai Kuzovlev, Russia, in black and red and beige. Kozlovlev, the fastest this season, definitely the fastest today. He's got 3 medals already this season, Nikolai Kozlovlev, and he's way ahead of Bufar, who falls. Kozlovlev 7.25, David Bufar, who will take silver medal, falls on his first run, and that's a real shame for him. Looks like he might be holding his leg actually. Might need some medical attention. Kozlovlev goes to the right hand side while David Bufar gets seen to by the medics. We'll see if we can see what happened in that replay in a second, but first let's watch Nikolai Primarov climb his way to gold medal. There he goes, just needs to top. There it is, Nikolai Kozlovlev takes gold medal here in Colorado. Denver, Colorado, the 6th and final round of the 2019 UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup. Nikolai Primarov 4th, Dmitry Romanikov 3rd with bronze medal, David Bufar 2nd with silver medal, 1st for Canada. Nikolai Kozlovlev for Russia takes the gold medal. We now will have the women's final.
Okay, now we're in the women's final. Sorry about that earlier, folks.
We'll keep our eye out for David Bufar and check that he is okay, but he seemed to be walking all right. Our final duel for gold medal will be between Maria Tolokanina and Coralie Jarry. The silver medal as well, and then for bronze medal in 4th place it'll be Marion Thomas versus Vivi Labarille. That'll be our first duel. They're lining up on the wall as we speak. Marion Thomas in orange and blue wearing bib number 76, Vivi Labarille in black and yellow with bib number 60. Thomas on the left gets off to the better of the 2 starts and finds that pace at the middle of the wall. That's all in the semi-finals. Really cost her. We were expecting to see her in the final, but it is the battle for bronze, and Vivi Labarille falls. Looks like she might have hurt her finger as well actually. Let's watch on that right hand side of your screen, Vivi Labarille, watch her hands. Marion Thomas races solo now after Labarille falls. Just needs to finish this to take a bronze medal. Nice work there from the French climber. All the way to the top. There it is. 3rd place. Bronze medal. 1st for France's Marion Thomas.
2 members from the French team. We've got a women's podium here tonight in a few moments' time. Which place is yet to be determined, but
and now we're going to go to the final duel. The underdog, France's Cora Jarry, the current world champion, Russia's Maria Tolokanina. Tolokanina this year has won a medal already. In fact, she's won 2 medals already. She took gold in Korea and bronze in China. 4th in Switzerland, 4th in Italy, 5th in France. Cora Jarry giving everything that she has on that right hand side, but Tolokanina's ahead. Tolokanina just needs to keep it together. Cora Jarry doing everything that she can, and it's 9.82 for Tolokanina. Oh, and a fall from Cora Jarry. Cora Jarry takes silver medal. Maria Tolokanina with a definitive gold. Maria Tolokanina now running on that right hand side, moving really well, just needs to finish to take the gold medal. There it is, 14.46 seconds, and it doesn't really matter what that time is. Maria Tolokanina takes her second gold medal of the season. And with that next 100 points, we'll have to see where that puts her in the overall rankings.
The medal ceremony here shortly. We're going to be giving medals out for today's performance, but also for the entire World Cup.
Great effort from her.
Medals for
2 gold medals in speed this season. And she's through to the lead finals, semi-finals tomorrow. She'll have a chance of another gold medal there as well. So just to recap, bronze medal for Marion Thomas of France, silver medal for for Korajari, of France, and gold medal for Maria Tolokanina of Russia.
Can we get the winners to stay here around the table? We want to get the winners together in the crowd.
And that was, of course, Kuzovlev's winning run. Maria Tolokanina, of course, with the gold medal. 2 Russian golds. Great to see those podiums spread out as well. Debbie Bufar of Canada, the silver medal in the men's. Korajari with the silver medal in the women's. We'll be back tomorrow. We'd love to see you here. Tune in live at 10:25 local time. We'll have the lead semi-finals in the morning. I'll be back. We'll have interviews with all of the athletes as they climb, or rather as they finish climbing. If you have questions for the athletes, then get them in. You can use those hashtags. Hashtag UIAA Ice Climbing, at UIAA Mountains, and you can contact me directly, send me any questions or comments on at Liam Lonsdale. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a stunning speed final, the 6th and final round of the season here in Denver, Colorado. We hope you've enjoyed the action tonight. We certainly have. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be back at somewhere around 10:20 a.m. local time. Until then, whatever you're doing, do it safely, do it with heart. My name is Liam Lonsdale. Good evening.